My in-laws are mad I don't want kids. My fiancé and I recently got engaged not too long ago. While we were making plans, deciding on rings and so on, the proposal was very spontaneous and happened months before my fiancé had originally planned. I also originally planned to accept his proposal in his native language. However, due to events that led up to the proposal, I forgot. So I decided I would just keep taking classes. His brother or brother's wife will only be able to converse with me in Polish when my fiancé isn't around. Then I would surprise my fiancé by giving my vows in Polish. The problem? My fiancé doesn't know I now understand a lot of the conversations he's having with his family and some of his friends because I have to pretend I don't understand. This has been going on for months even before he proposed. I feel like I'm invading his privacy. 'Cause now I know. He has been planning to surprise me with his originally planned proposal, but now it's just an over-the-top engagement party. He once told his mom he missed her sauerkraut soup, so for the almost 5 years we have been together I make this dish a handful of times a year during fall/winter for him. I had called his mom up for the specific recipe too. Turns out he has always hated it. But it reminds him of home and his mom and sees how happy I get to make this for him, so he just eats it. Like I make a big pot only for him to eat and I don't like sauerkraut. Now it makes sense why he always sends half of it to his brother and sister-in-law, who lives walking distance from us. His brother thought the whole situation was hilarious cause he's in on the fact that I understood the whole exchange. He has my period in his calendar so that he can be extra mindful plus get me my favorite things during the week to help keep my mood up. He has always known that I lied about being a morning person. I said that when we first started dating because he always went to the gym in the morning and would invite me to go with him, but I would always refuse. 4/5 years later, we still go to the gym together, and, while getting up at 5 a.m. is still a pain for me, it's worth spending that extra time with him, especially since we are both busy people. Turns out if I fall asleep before him, he has trouble sleeping. However, on one fateful night he had a call with his mother and father and they were asking about how he got a girl pregnant a while ago and whether he and I were going to get pregnant. A million thoughts were racing through my head, like who was this new girl I heard of? Why did he wanted kids when we constantly talked about living a child-free life? Update: my in-laws are mad I don't want kids. My husband was on a call with his in-laws speaking his native language, and he didn't know that I had learned his native language. But on a private call with his parents, he was asked about how he got a girl pregnant and also about whether he was going to get me pregnant or not. I didn't know what to say. Me and my husband had explicitly talked about how we didn't want kids, and he said he was fine with it. One evening, as I lay in bed, pretending to be asleep, my fiancé received another call from his parents. This time, my curiosity got the better of me, and I strained to listen closely. The conversation was a mix of serious discussion and heartfelt reminiscing about his past. It became clear that the girl he had gotten pregnant was an old girlfriend from years ago, long before we had met. It had been a difficult time in his life, and he had been uncertain about his future. But with time, he had come to appreciate the life we had built together, a life that was focused on us as a couple and our shared dreams, devoid of the pressure to have children. The revelation brought both relief and understanding. My fiancé had grown and evolved, just as our relationship had. His initial desires for children had shifted, aligning more with my own preferences. It became apparent that he cherished the freedom and adventures we could experience as a child-free couple. The thought of an extravagant engagement party rather than a proposal was a reflection of our shared vision for a life full of experiences and love. Still, I couldn't escape the feeling that I was deceiving him by pretending not to understand his conversations. I don't know what to do, but I definitely feel terrible hearing all of this. I just want it all to go back to normal.